Hello and welcome, my treasure hunting leaves. So, we are back today with. Come on, switch. There we go. Rick and Morty. Dragon Quest Treasures is what I wanted to say. So, we switch over to Eric for today.
Leave it to
That's
me,
my light
sis.
back in the back.
Take
I don't know
care.
if something's off with that. The cable isn't in there correctly. This doesn't look quite right. Oh no. Yeah, I have to look after that. Not yet. No light for today. Oh well. We can go without that. You still know that I'm the leaf, right? Yeah, we're Eric, and we got a team last time, complete, which looks like these. All jewel monsters. Not to be confused with jewel monsters. And let me check one thing quickly. Quests. Where are the quests? There. Horn. So it's 1. 2, I think. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're missing 2. 2 more. And then we can go after the actual gems. So was there anything before we can set out?
I have something new to offer you.
Yeah, we can add a new facility, right?
How are you getting on?
The Glacial Golem. Bye, Elizabeth.
Oh, yes.
Ah, yes, this is exactly the kind of monster I was looking for. I'll put them to work straight away.
Thank you very much. Excellent.
Excellent. We have everything we need to start work on the new dorm. If you don't mind waiting here, I'll go and give the all clear to start construction.
Back in a tick.
I'm sure it won't take long. Back in a tick. Loud bang. I can't escape those double meanings, right? Loud bangs echo across the plaza. It would seem the construction work is underway. Cheers to my too much banging clip. Still one of my best. The broken masonry is cleared away, and the new dorm slowly begins to take. And then, as if by magic, the construction work is complete.
It's ready.
Good news, the new dormitory is ready. That didn't take too long, did it? There's plenty of room for more monsters now. One less thing for you to worry about, eh? Well, we don't worry about that in this playthrough. But there's still one more badly damaged building out there. Perhaps we'll get around to repairing it one day?
So?
How are these monsters enjoying their new dorm, Eric? You know, there's another damaged building in the plaza. Perhaps that could be made into a dorm as well. After all, you can't grow your gang if you don't have enough accommodation.
Best of luck.
It's up to you, but if you need more space, choose at new facilities and we can get the
I
ball
have
rolling.
something new to offer you.
So there's more.
Best of luck.
To build another, also a monster, a hunter mech.
Let's
Let me
see.
check if we perchance have one.
We've had an
What was
applicant.
the hunter mech though? Well, that's not a hunter mech, I can say that much. I don't think we have any mechs. Yeah,
Anything else?
sometimes the coloration's just...
How are you
What is
getting
what?
on?
But we have the materials.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you
just skip
very
through it,
much.
It's just the same.
I have something new to offer
Oh,
you.
there's not even text there. Do we have a new base here? No. So what was the hunter mech? Let me check quickly. that basic one, which we can find in the mainland at night. Good. With that knowledge, once we are on the mainland, perchance, at night, we hunt for one. Just for that. But now, oh yeah, let's connect here.
Do you wish to interact? I will connect you.
You will connect me. Thank you for connecting me. Haha.
Please come back soon.
Good. So,
Where are you going treasure hunting today?
highest percentage is... What a coinky dink! In the mainland! What did we miss for the... Wait. Quests. The railway, Might and Main. The 2 stations. It doesn't tell me. This is Hot Breath Hold. That's not. That's on the mainland. Yeah, okay. We have the golem for it. Okay, so in that case, we
Where
will
are you
go to
going
the
treasure
closer
hunting
one
today?
and make that train work again.
Time to find some
Take care
treasure.
up there.
Let's go. Oh yeah, we aren't pixelated anymore, right?
Welcome to Sweet Shade Glade Station.
Good, so performance mode does the trick again. Yes. Okay. There are 2 things here.
Here we go! You got this!
Hmm. Oh well. No!
Hey, it's
Yeah,
close.
that's...
Now, where could
Unfortunate.
that be? Is that it?
But we crash landed a bit. Okay, this is not hard to find. Also, there's a silver one here and there. Beep boop.
How much is this worth?
How much is this worth? Not much, honestly. It's just a healing herb. It's not the normal herb, not for healing. I think it's an antidote herb, something like that. Beep boop.
Better get this appraised.
That's a sword. Yeah, that was specific. I just don't know the English name. Oh well, I don't know the name in general. I don't know the German name. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. Why did you set me down that far? That wasn't okay.
Ourselves fully charged. Awaiting instructions.
You got this!
Happiness protocol. Ourselves fully charged.
Redo our flight from
Here we
here.
go! Here we go!
Ourselves.
Now, where
No,
could
no, that's
that
not what I
be? Not too far.
Ourselves fully charged.
Yeah, we're safe here. Perfect.
Give no quarter.
Let me quickly. Yeah, my chair broke right before the stream, so now I'm sitting on a wooden chair that doesn't roll, so adjusting my angle
Now, where could that be? Huh?
is a bit harder.
Hey, it's close.
No, that's up too far. No, it's not.
How much is this worth?
So, and somewhere in that direction, the goalie is.
Huh? Hey, it's close.
We might be full of treasures before we know it. Not that I mind that. That's okay. That's the goal. After all.
Whoa.
That's
What
the
a
simple iron
find.
shield, I think.
Now, where could that be? Is that it?
Okay. Yeah. Beep boop.
How much is this worth?
That's this sort of ruin. It might not be that exactly, but the fake version of it. Which you can't tell from the shadow, that's the whole purpose. But yeah, it's either that or the fake version.
Scanning for treasure. Awaiting
Cats behave. So I have a golem for you. Look, a new friend. Blocker. Perfect. Yeah, we can report back to Mr. Baker right away, why not? We'll go from there, find some further data on these that will work out.
Let's get our new treasure appraised.
Welcome to Bone Dry Heights Station.
Honestly, this is a bad picture to explain scan. It's just some weird smears. Should have chosen something closer. Oh, you've got all the stations on the mainland operational again. A marvelous achievement. This should make it an awful lot easier to get around. The Sanguinite you helped distribute is what powers all of the Transdraconic Railway trains. These trains run along tracks known as bloodlines, which crisscross the entire known world. The Sanguinite was born from the Earth itself, and once flowed freely along the bloodlines. But when La Isla Dorada mysteriously vanished, this flow dried up. The bloodlines stopped working, and all was lost.
Your reward.
Now I promised you a reward, and I am nothing if not a man of my word. Here, take it.
Really?
It's an extra treasure after all. The Station Master treasure. Statue. Not treasure.
Please.
There's rather a lot to ask, but I urge you to get the stations on the other islands back in working order as well.
Ah.
A simple desire perhaps, but a sincere one all the same. Yeah, well, we are on that. Don't you worry.
You got this.
Oh, gold. I think I know where this is even.
Huh?
Without using the
Hey,
radar.
it's close.
Typically up on this
Whoa!
Am I good or am I great?
Better get this appraised.
That's a lens. Sometimes those marble slimes are a bit annoying because... Yeah, I see M and slime and I think, oh, metal slime. Not a metal slime though. It's a marble slime. I like their looks. That, yeah, definitely, but like, you know. Balloon. Hit it. Huh? Did you find treasure? Ooh.
Now,
That's not night
where
anymore.
could that be? Huh?
So might
Hey,
not get that
it's
rope
close.
off. That's okay.
Huh? Hey, now, where could that be? Is that it?
We will encounter them.
We're being targeted.
Go, go, go!
Attack it. Come on. Kill it. Quickly, not slowly.
How much is this worth?
That's... Beehender? Might even be the same name in English. Maybe it's something like two-handed sword or something.
Now, where could that be? Not too far.
So let's follow that.
The rival gang is nearby.
Now, where could that be? Huh? Hey, it's close. Huh? Hey, it's close.
Beep boop.
Whoa.
That's Zoma,
What a find.
Demon Lord of Dragon Quest.
Won't beat us.
Rival gang! Quick work out of them. Oh, a treasure map. Let me get out of there. That isn't doing much. It worked out. Good enough. Come on, just one more treasure. I know my golden ratio is not best. But still.
Now, where could
Oh,
that
we're close.
Huh? Hey, it's close.
Yeah, let's go this way. It's close.
Here we go.
Probably up here. Where did you put me right now? Oh, that. Don't go up there. I know you can with all the monsters. Maybe not up here. Yeah, that's a silver one, but if I can have a gold one, I prefer that. There. With that, time to go back home.
Looks pretty valuable.
That's the sword that does data synthesis. So let's see how rich we are now.
What is it?
No doubles. I like it.
This is great.
Special medicine. Not that much. Yes, that's exactly what I thought about.
Hey!
Siren
Got a new
sword.
treasure.
I think the German name is much.
All right.
Armor Sickles. I didn't know what this was.
I've
Yeah,
never seen this before.
Iconic! It's the actual sort of ruin. Nice.
All right.
Those are a lot of ones. Yeah, this might just be
Hey!
Clans Holy
We
Land.
got a new treasure. I've never seen
Carbon
this
Steel
before.
Claymore. And that's Zelma.
All right.
And yeah, that thing.
This
The
is
zombies
great.
thing. Oh no, it's not the thing I thought about. It's this. Zombies thing. The German word for it, Zombie-Spalter, translates to zombie divider. I like that more. That sounds so much more awesome. Okay, and we have that special treasure, sure. Giving us an
Hey!
extra of
We got a new
2.5.
treasure.
Mightily
Oh.
impressive.
Next rank. Maybe the Snarl.
Magnificent stuff. Splendid work.
The Snarl. First-rate hunters.
The gang's rank went up again.
Oh, no Snarl. Yes, Snarl?
Hello.
Hello there, Eric. Do you know, it warms my heart to see how Whitey Reef the Leaf, right, I changed it to that, have been growing of late. Now, before I forget, I've got a message for you from the foreman. As you know, he's hard at work, digging down in the Snarl.
you should head over.
And he says he's found some stairs leading further underground. You should head over there and find out more post-haste. Okay, on to the Snarl then. Nice.
So,
More stairs leading further underground? How deep does this place go? Surely the Snarl has come to an end eventually. The fourth level of the Snarl is now accessible. To find the Amethyst Fang, seek a single-minded thief located in the Dragon's Jaw, in the vicinity of 3 waterfalls. Another stone tablet. The Dragon's Jaw near 3 waterfalls. That must be somewhere in the lower part of the Pater Noggin. And of course, the Amethyst Fang was the treasure Silverbolt stole from us up on the Snouterhorn.
Right.
Which means it's time for us to steal it back. Yes. Making it the last one we get. No. But let's get into the snow now. First, get the items in the bag. Is everything okay?
Treasure.
Perfect Panacea pellet formula. And Sanguinite.
The treasure here has changed.
Yes, I am ready. I'm not at level 40 yet. One of my monsters is almost 50, okay, but I think we will manage. Oh, actually, Nikita is level 40 and I'm at 39. I thought I was like 37 and stuff. Emmett still not there with 32, well. But still, that's okay.
Your data gauge is filling up.
Thanks for the heal. You're better than Donald. Is it just me or is that button loud? That sounds loud. Do your attack quicker, come on. Yeah, that rolling attack goes on for so long. If it kills an enemy with the first roll, you have to wait until you can progress. Which sucks a bit because you are ranked on how fast you finish this thing, so you don't want to wait. So
An ally is in trouble.
okay there. He's looking at me from the other room. From the darkness, just two glowing balls staring at me. Oh no, he's gone.
Your
I thought that
data
was
gauge is
not
filling
that
up.
much robot.
Off to the base it goes.
Oh, we got it. No, you won't evolve. Not yet. You're not ready.
An ally is in trouble. Come on, come on.
Whoop. Let's do a quick one with this. Boom.
They seem keen to join the game.
Oh, we got the Orc Chieftain. The Chieftain. We could need some healing.
You alright? You alright? You alright? You alright?
Just also some MP would be good if I can. I can't. Well then. On to the next level. Yeah, level up will heal us, but especially Marino probably won't have one. Ouch, 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 ouch.
Come on, come
Your
on.
dagger gauge is filling up.
I wonder why we have something with us that is able to heal.
Rise rain.
You know, normally I say, yeah, you need a healer in a team in an RPG, but like, in this game, the chances of them healing you are so slim, you might just go for some more offensive power. That's a killing machine.
Come on, come on. Right as rain.
Which floor are we on, by the way? 9. And we have a shop.
Super duper.
I mean, while we're at it, why not? I can't sell them here. Okay, that's interesting. We might encounter the ice boss here, so some first bombs would be great.
Super duper.
Thank you. The best thing is, we can heal. Heal. Good.
Let's get some
Heal
shut eye.
now. Yes, let's go. Yeah, it's the ice one. Nice to meet you. Haha.
Whoa.
Thumbnail shot.
We've got
Okay. Let's
We fight best
fire
as a team.
after we collected all the pots in. Always farm those when encountering these. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, stronger. I mean, while it's down, I want to take the chance of missing. Back to the pots. Yeah. I hate when he does it. Like, don't go up there by attacking. That's weird. Normally you're more of a support character in this game, but when it comes to the mental stuff and hitting weaknesses,
Your dagger
Trigger gauge is
It's
gone.
just
Use it wisely. Come on, come on! Right as rain.
And it's dead. Bye. That was easy. But honestly, we're going to hunt for the gems now, I think. Maybe I should rename my stream. Rime Blood, Sentinel of the Snows.
Yeah, that wasn't so hard.
What brute, but we came out on top in the end. Now let's get this treasure chest open, shall we? I bet it's got another tablet inside. The ruby heart is to be found in the very core of Draconia, the place you have now uncovered. Well, I read it, but it doesn't make much sense. It's just in there. We got the ruby heart.
Hey,
Wait a minute, that's one of the 7 stones. The ruby heart was down here all along.
No doubt.
So it would seem. Good work, everyone. That was rather challenging. It certainly was. I suppose this must be the core of Draconia, the very bottom of the snow. Unfortunately, we haven't collected all the 7 stones yet.
Well,
We've got plenty of leads to follow. Let's use what we've learned to track down the other dragon stones. Yes, and that is what we will do, so, yeah, the stream needs a different name then. That's a good one. Gather all 7 dragon gems. Okay. We left the dungeon behind. Ruby heart, a strange stone with a core that glimmers gently and pulses as though life itself is contained within. Oh, we have special treasure that hasn't been... yeah, of course. Bad.
this is great.
62.5 million. I call that pocket money. I wish. That would be something. Hurrietta. Because Meckle's
That's
names
a
are
nice treasure.
fast. So wait, monsters that eat them see them as fast food.
Notification.
Yeah,
I
show me
will connect
my new
you.
treasure. Here's the horse menu. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna change that. Hide treasure. Don't we have a leaf? That would
Do
be
you
way
wish
more
to
up my...
hide treasure?
alley. There we go.
Bleep bleep. Success.
Nice.
Please come back soon.
So let's go for the giant's horn first. Rests with a red-hued colors. Oh, I know where this is. Yes, let's mark that.
Where could the Dragonstones be?
I think the closest should be this one. Yes.
See you later, guys.
Take care out there.
Ladleaf, food aboard! Mine again.
Okay. So big one coming. Looking on the
You got this.
clock. It's basically like I'm a mineral. I am coming tonight. Look it up. It's actually a mineral. And I love that they did that.
Scanning for treasure.
Begs the question though, if you discover a new mineral, is that like with discovering a new species? You have the right to
Hey,
name it?
it's close.
Oh. Kill them faster, please. Gotta kill them all. Sorry.
Let's speak to that monster later.
Now, where could that be? Huh?
Oh, please
Hey,
tell me I don't have
it's
to get down
close.
there. No.
Treasure detected.
Get out of this.
Awaiting.
I'm only going home once we have all 6 of the treasures. Except that this story needs me to go home, but I don't think that is the case. An X! Just as simple.
What a find!
Good for Xing some questions. I am weirded out why some people actually think that's how you say that and write that. X you a question instead of ask you a question. What's so hard with the word ask, right? Doesn't even really sound like X. It's weird. You know what? Like, I kind of have to say that this place is it's actually a bit hot.
You got this!
It's a volcano. I'm not attracted to volcanoes, full disclaimer. It was just a stupid joke. What? Always.
Ourselves fully charged.
Treasure!
So yeah, this we won't get that easily.
By the way,
level 20. Gotta kill them.
Come on, come on.
Yeah, there will be a little story.
Right as
Actually, you have it down like this. Okay. Eric, wakey wakey. Oh wait, I thought of a different character.
good.
Oh good, you're awake. Are you alright? I think you might have overdone it. She saved us. That's right, if I hadn't come along when I did, you'd have been done for. Well, we're grateful. But what made you come here in the first place? Why, I've come for the Ember Horn, of course. We Sylvanians have our sources too, you know. And you're not the only ones looking for the Seven Stones. I wasn't expecting it to be quite so fiercely guarded, though, I must say. That's the character I thought of. I've heard that this is where the Ember Horn is to be found.
You're
Oh my, it's Moxworth from the Thunderous Plunderers. Oh ho, if it isn't my favorite little lady's big brother. Fancy seeing you here. Now, I know we've got a lot to catch up on, but I'm afraid I'll have to wait. I'm here for the Ember Horn, you see. I'm planning to present it to Captain Silverbones. He'll have no choice but to readmit me into the Plunderer's fold.
What?
Wait, it's too dangerous. There's no way I'm going to beat that thing. But no matter, I shall simply use my pinching proficiency to steal the Dragonstone, leaving my victim none the wiser. Yeah. I did try and warn you. Perhaps my pinching prowess isn't what it was.
You know what?
You know what, though? Try to steal the Dragonstone isn't such a bad idea. I'm just slowly dying, don't worry. If we knocked our friend out with a stun pellet, it should be easy enough to pinch the treasure. Wait, did I hear you correctly? Did you say stun pellet? Of course, my Sylvanian friend, you are a genius. Now I just need to gather the requisite ingredients and I shall have my revenge. I must be off. Farewell, my dear boy. We shall cross paths again soon enough. I am certain of it.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, I think I might have said too much. Well, the cat's out of the bag now. Come on, tell us how to make stun pellets. Alright then, I suppose it's only fair.
So,
Just take that formula to your preferred pellet maker. They'll know what to do. Now it looks like I've got a race on my hands if I'm going to claim that treasure. And here I said we don't need to go home. We need to go home. The Ember Horn has the Sylvanian's name on it. It doesn't. Believe me. Except if we actually have stun pellets. I think those should be in support. Oh, here? Yeah. Should be in ailments. We don't have them though. Yeah, you can only make pellets at home. So I guess, yeah. I guess we go home. Make them.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really need treasures anymore. We have what we want, what we need.
Hey, we got a new treasure.
Watch out. They're here for our treasure.
Serious. Yeah. I won't let them steal my earrings.
Give us your best shot.
Just hand over the loot and no
The
one
treasure
gets
forecast
hurt.
has changed.
Yeah, but before we
I ain't
actually
gonna
do that,
let
I need
this
to
one
refill my
slide.
You messed
bottle
with the
here.
wrong
So,
gang.
gonna be right back. And we are back. I made myself some fizzy Capri orange. Completely without sugar. I love chunky. Hashtag not sponsored. I would love to be sponsored, but like, they don't deliver outside of, I think it's Germany, Austria, all the German-speaking countries. So, with my content being English, yeah, probably never going to happen, but we'll see. I would love to make my own flavor though. That would be so cool. I'm
I have
thinking about
something new
Woodruff
to
Dragon.
offer you.
Oh yeah, wasn't there something that Woodruff isn't allowed anymore? That might be a problem. Go to the works.
I have in new stock.
Make pellets. Stun. Should be... that? No. Wait, which are... Dazzle? That's the one. I don't need that many. 10 is more than enough.
Shoot carefully, yeah?
All done.
Okay.
Come back soon, yeah?
Come back
Anything
soon.
else?
Sonic Boom! Come back soon. Oh, we actually achieved something there. Let's have a look. A licky looky.
Good to know.
What do you say? Very good.
Really?
Yeah, black. I don't want a black banner.
Are you making progress? Very good.
Really?
Very good.
Really?
Back to our old friend.
Where could the Dragonstones be?
Maybe I'll check out from this side after all. That might be the better one. That has a new oomph to it.
Time to
fizzles
find
on.
some treasure.
Ooh, but it's working. I mean, it's basically Fanta. Basically. Just 100 times better, right? Feels like Fanta's way too
Red Scale Rise, mind the gate.
But like, there are some good Fanta, not normal ones, flavors. Like that dragon fruit is pretty good. A lot of people like that strawberry one, but honestly, I think that's also way too sweet. Like, the taste is fine. The taste I like, the strawberry kiwi one, right? But it's so sweet. It's sticky mouth sweet. You especially don't like that, right? I mean, I don't like sticky mouth as well, but I don't get it from stuff you get it from. Like, what do you get it from? Yeah, from Coke Zero. Like, what? I don't.
Treasure.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, warm.
Better when temperature's not warm or if the drink is at least cold.
Yeah. I mean, mostly nowadays, this is becoming a health talk stream. Why not?
Yes.
Basically, nowadays, I mostly drink that chunky flavor stuff. It's called Syrup. Like in zero and syrup mixed. And it's sugar-free, completely. The sweetening comes from
Sugar alcohol.
sugar alcohols, which...
So it's not really sugar free but calorie.
Yeah, it's calorie-free, not sugar-free, but... Ah, that's good.
Looks pretty
We got
valuable.
a hammer. But like sometimes like some iced teas, stuff like that. And what I really don't want to be without. The one basically sugary, even though it has 0 sugar as well, soda I can't without is ice cold Coke Zero. That just hits a certain spot in me that's so... Nothing is...
Happiness protocols engaged.
My shirt is... You haven't seen that?
I haven't seen what.
That my shirt is dirty.
Yep.
I don't know where that comes from even. Oh well.
I can't leave you alone. Can I?
Let's get some shut-eye.
Oh well. Who cares? Yeah. Something about that ice cold Coke Zero just hits. It hits that spot, you know. It's the one thing that refreshes me the most. Ah, curse that foul creature. My stump pellets didn't have the slightest effect. Could it be that I perhaps made a bad batch? The stunning part went just fine, but I just couldn't manage to the pinching part. I never was much of a thief. Well, maybe class change then? Yeah. I know.
By the way,
Success.
I'll take that.
That was easy. Good, 5 more to go. I don't think there was another one in this specific region, but let me check.
You did it.
Oh, looks like we did it, Eric. We took on our treasure hunting rivals and emerged victorious, Dragonstone in hand.
Great. You did it. You did it.
You did it, Eric. You got the Ember Horn. You got the better of me, but that's just how it goes sometimes. It won't happen again, though. My Sylvanian pride won't allow it. Simply magnificent, my dear boy. You succeeded where I had failed. Now I hope you don't mind, but I have one teeny tiny request. Would you be so kind as to give me the Ember Horn? Absolutely not. I was only joking. I do have some pride, you know. And anyway, I'm going to find even more amazing treasures that will make you green with envy. Captain Silverbones is sure to let me back into the Plunderers then. As it happens, I've received a tasty tip-off that there's treasure to be found in the swoop swamp of the Wingswept Moors.
Farewell.
That's where I'm heading next. Farewell for now.
phew.
I've never met a pirate like Moxworth before. He's a little odd, isn't he? But I shouldn't be standing around chatting. Captain Levanta will be expecting a full report. I don't think he's going to be happy. I think that guy is never happy. He's a bit grumpy. Okay, doke. Let me check. This is in the Wingswept Moors. Yeah, Snowbound, of course. Where was this? Dusky mountain shrouded in mist. Oh, that's there. Also Wingswept Moors. Eye of the Beast is the mainland thing. Okay. Where did we need to go here? To Princess Anemone and Lickspittle Glade. Lickspittle Glade, where was that? Let's mark that because this is the most annoying one. Yeah, the Stone Fangs on the Pater Noggin, and I think that's where she is as well. But let me check the map. In that case, we probably won't do the one I said will be the last, as the last one after all. Because this just makes more sense to do now. Just, it's not level 20 anymore. Just need to go back to way of train, not way of play. You know, Nintendo consoles are always known as the kiddie consoles, right? But if you really think about it, the name PlayStation, doesn't that sound like a kid's toy? Like it's a PlayStation, right? Yeah.
Happiness protocols engaged.
Just sounds like plaything or something.
Scanning for
It does
treasure,
sound childish.
please. Power cells fully charged.
And honestly, no console is a kid's thing. Like, children can play PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo. Adults can
Here we
too.
go.
Like, what's that even supposed to mean? Granted, there are some things that I would say are for children, definitely. And I know I might gather some hate for this, but My Little Pony is for children, definitely. Like, it's just... And I'm not judging, like, I watch stuff for little girls, so who am I to judge, right? But you know what I mean, like, let's take a different example. An adult watching Teletubbies, unironically, honestly, that's just weird. No, you're not, like, it's not like just, you're not the target audience, it's really like, no, it's Teletubbies. This is clearly not for adults. Like, granted, My Little Pony, I don't understand why people love it so much, but I don't have to understand that, it's fine if you do. It's just like, I can see something in there that might be something that even older kids or adults might enjoy, right? Like, other than Teletubbies, it at least has a story, I believe? I think? I don't know. The only thing I ever had with My Little Pony was like, my cousin had some. And that was over 30 years ago. No, not over 30 years ago.
Huh?
I'm not that old.
It's close.
Yeah. But like,
Huh?
more than 25 years ago.
It's close.
Like, that's the only thing I have ever had to do
Where
with
could that be?
My Little Pony.
Not too
And
far, huh?
that's it.
Now,
But like,
where
I
could
think
that
there's
be?
story
Is
in
that it?
there. It's not like... It's about something at least, right? Like, what is Teletubbies about? A lot. Like,
I mean, it's not childish, but it basically has a lot like
disgusting pudding.
Yes.
mouse.
Oh, don't compare it with the mouse. That's a German show. That's educational.
Yes, there is educational or informative parts in Teletubbies.
And after that, you wash that down with becoming dumber. Basically. Yeah, but like, the way it presents itself, I think that's the best way to put it, is just way more childish in its roots, basically. For example, the show I mentioned for little girls is Precure. Probably not a huge secret that I watched that. And I love that. But it's like, yeah, it's made for little girls, like preschool, kindergarten girls. But it's like, it has transformation. It has battle in it. It has a story. It's very
How do I get
colorful.
this
And I like
appraised?
colors. Right? There's that. But like in a show like Teletubbies, well, there's color, but there's not a lot in there that you could enjoy as an adult. Without, and it sounds like I want to put shame on some people, but
How
like,
much is this worth?
if you as an adult religiously enjoy Teletubbies, I think you should seek help, right? That is not the okay kind of weird. That's the weird kind of weird. Because, like, what is this show giving to you?
Happiness protocol.
He just wants to. Yeah,
Terrific. Good luck.
need to find to do his job. We need to care about side quests anymore. We have what we need. So,
Let's get our new treasure appraised.
I mean, the new one I have here, I think you need to check on that too. Because it seems fine, but whenever I put the cable in, it pushes too far back with the cable, so that the cable isn't, like, it's hanging loose.
Welcome to
Yeah.
Snouterhorn Station.
We haven't bought the, shouldn't have bought those well, then again, it's the same as on Amazon. So, yeah. When it comes to AliExpress, actually it's not a bad place to get stuff. Like, I know,
Just need to be careful.
yeah, I know the reputation of AliExpress, and basically that reputation is true. But technical stuff, you probably shouldn't, but like those light bases, have you seen what they cost when you get them, like, from somewhere else? They cost a fortune and don't really look different. I think they are just the same. Just with a sticker on them that has some kind of brand. Right? So it's really not, like, yeah, but like this shirt, for example, I got from AliExpress, and that's completely fine. It's actually not even a bad material. You just have to watch out what you do on there. Of course, there are a lot of fake stuff, like for these things, the dim cards you put in these to get new Digimon and stuff. Don't get them there. There are a lot of fakes going around, and they don't mark them as fakes. They mark them as... Well, they don't mark them as legit. You can't say that, but... You cannot be sure about that. And you don't want to put something in a toy like this that's... Well, it's not expensive. Like, these cost, what, 40 bucks or something? Which is... Yeah, it's expensive enough for risking to destroy it via a fake thing you put in there.
We're being targeted.
Yeah, I don't want to call them expensive because it's just a fair price for them. It's pretty okay. But like,
Huh? Hey, it's close.
if you risk them being damaged, yeah, no, that's not worth it. For that, they are too expensive.
Fear is the mind.
So yeah.
Oh,
Oh, hello again. It's Eric, isn't it? How's the treasure hunting progressing? I'm busy investigating these ruins, but I seem to have hit something of a dead end.
by the way,
Now, was there something you wanted? Yep.
I see.
I see, so you're trying to get your hands on the map of the Ancient One's lair. And you're hoping that you'll be able to get Captain Lavanta to hand it over.
However,
Well, I admire your gumption, but as the leader of a treasure hunting expedition myself, I can't be giving away maps willy-nilly.
now then,
Now, it so happens that I'm currently investigating something called the Treasure of Treasures.
the treasure of treasure.
The Treasure of Treasures. That's the first I've heard of it.
Really?
Really? You don't know about it? Well, I suppose it is very mysterious. It will appear when the 7 stones have been gathered, or so they say. Anyway, I'm afraid my investigations aren't going terribly well, and I was rather hoping you could come to my aid. Help me find out more about the Treasure of Treasures, and I'll have a word with Captain Lavanta about that map.
What do you think?
Fair deal, wouldn't you say? After all, I'm sure you want to learn more about it too, don't you? Okay. I had a feeling you'd say that.
Now then,
Now, before we do anything else, I've got a little issue with this monument I'd like you to help me with. It's got some runes carved into it, but there's a crucial part missing, so I can't work out what it says. I looked into the matter and was shocked to discover that a monstrous miscreant had vandalized it. Now, the only monster that's capable of such a thing around these parts is a Tanzanite. It must have bludgeoned the monument and then made off with a piece of it. Would you be so good as to track the Tanzanite down, give him a jolly good smiting, and recover the monument fragment? Tanzanites are not the commonest of monsters, as their gem-like name might suggest. Just keep an eye out for purple armor, though, and you won't go far wrong. I imagine the troublemaker's in hiding now. You might want to descend those stairs and take a peek in the nearby caves.
Break a leg.
That's what she said. I'll stay here and try to decipher the rest of the message. Break a leg.
Now, where could that be?
Yeah, okay. I won't follow that track.
Not too far.
And I know I'm going the wrong way, but we're gonna catch a different gem quickly before we do that. And that is over here where the waterfalls
Use it
are.
wisely.
They told me I should not go chasing waterfalls. But if I can find treasure there, I am going to chase waterfalls. Honestly, what is that song even about? What does it mean, don't go chasing waterfalls? Like,
Looks
they don't run
valuable.
away. You don't need to chase them. They're just there.
Here we go.
What are they trying to tell you? Well, it's a girl band song from the 80s or 90s or something. Yeah, it's either sex or nothing
You got this.
that they want to tell you with it. What I really, really want. It's always fun when people say that back in the 90s songs had such deep meaning. My mind always just goes, hey, Macarena. By the way, that's a song about cheating. If you listen to the lyrics, the girl just... Yeah, her boyfriend is out of town and, well, his two friends are so fine, right? Hang on a minute. I know that face. That's it. I remember now. You're the treasure hunting brats we saw on the Snotterhorn, aren't you? The look on your face when you realized the treasure chest was empty, priceless. Anyway, what are you doing here? You know very well why we're here. We've come for the Amethyst Fang. Shambles was the pick. Have you now? Well, that's a shame because we don't have a clue what we're talking about. What are you on about, Shambles? We know all about the Amethyst Fang. We've got it, remember?
Shady!
Oh, for goodness sake. Well done, Shady. I was expertly pulling the wool over their eyes, and you had to go and blub it, didn't you?
Well, well.
Well, well. So you really thought you could come here and take this from us, did you? I mean, I can see the appeal. It's so pretty, isn't it? And powerful, too. Or so I've heard. In fact, I took such a liking to it that Captain Silverbones let me keep hold of it. I don't think he'd be very happy if I let go. Not without a fight, anyway.
How about it?
So how about it, eh? Take us on and win, and the Amethyst Fang is yours. Miss Bunny looks like she means business. We'd better give it this all, Shady. Absolutely. We'll show Miss Bunny that she was right to have us on her team.
What's that?
What's that, Billy? Hungry, are you? I'll get you something tasty to eat, just as soon as we've dealt with this lot.
Right.
Right, let's see what kind of fight these brats are put up. Evans. So, crush them. Feeling blue. I'm blue, and I defeated him. Well, Billy still stands. Wait, Blue and Billy, the Blue Ranger. Oh, that's probably totally not on purpose. They didn't even attack me yet. There! First damage. And that's it. So, Bonnie. What do you think now? And there was me thinking you were just some jumped up brats. I've never seen anyone stand up to One-Eyed Billy like that before. Sorry, Miss Bonnie. They were just too much for us to handle. I was shameful display. Please forgive us, Miss Bonnie. After we gave your master Mogsworth the boot, I felt sorry for you and let you join me. But it turns out you're totally and utterly useless.
You're
You're dismissed. Get out of my sight. Bert. Please, Miss Bonnie.
Right.
Pirate never breaks promise. The amethyst fang is yours.
Go ahead.
And go ahead, take it. We acquired the amethyst fang.
Just remember.
Just remember that Captain Silverbones only let me have it on the understanding that I'd be giving it back. When he finds out it's missing, well, who knows what he might do. If I were you, I'd watched out. Okay? You got that?
Our treasure! Smash! Smash! Smash!
Yeah, Silverbones. I have a bone to pick with that guy. Okay, cool. So, Tanzanite. You know, if you could ride on a Tanzanite, you would be a Tanzanite rider. And now I aged myself knowing this show. Probably my whole audience as well. So, yeah.
A rival gang is nearby.
Honestly, I did watch Knight Rider. I cannot remember anything from it. Well, of course I remember Kid, the talking car, but like anything that happened in any of the episodes? Nah. No idea. It's been too long. I have a little visitor. Hey, I wanted to jump. Hi. I don't think you can see him, but like my broken chair is sitting here beside me and where cat is on. Is that on the can? I don't think so, right?
Are you sure you want to fight that? Careful, there's a rival close by.
There. Oh, a metal slug. What? Oh. It's okay, you can lay down. He looks like he isn't allowed. Like he thinks he's not allowed. He's not making any, like, movement to not lay down. Even if he apparently thinks that. Oh, this feels so nice. He has his head on my leg. Oh, the fluffy fur. I like this. Animals are just a good thing to have.
Whoa! What a find!
Yeah, hello there. You look somewhat familiar. Oh, now you're gone.
Whoa!
Yeah, that didn't work out. So yeah, I cannot move now. With him being there.
Scanning for treasure.
Yeah, it was a struggle to get him to even get onto our laps and stuff, right? He was born with us, but he was like, we could like pet him and stuff. That's not a problem. But him laying on us, he didn't do that a lot for some reason, right? Now he does way more, but he is quick to leave as well if you move. Other than his mother, you could like stand up while she's on you and she like just goes claw in. I'm staying. You are my place now. Right? Thus I have the theory that black cats, completely black cats, are way more shy and angsty than other cats, right? Because like black also makes it easy to hide. Well, easier. But he's very cuddly. No. Just took some years. Oh, you're back. You've recovered the monument fragment, I trust. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now at least I can read what it says on the stone. Alright, here goes.
Allow me to read it.
The Cloud Compass. When the dragon's souls are born again, those who can sail the skies will be shown the way to the Golden Isle.
A cloud compass.
Cloud Compass, huh? That's not a word I'm familiar with.
Oh?
Hold on. The look on your face suggests that you've heard it before. You have to tell me all you know, but first I'd better read on. Oh, fiddlesticks! I've had some difficult runes I need to look up, but I lent my lexicon to some members of my party and forgot to ask for it back. I won't be able to make any more progress without it. I don't suppose you'd be able to come to rescue again, would you? All you need to do is find the folks I lent my dictionary to and bring it back to me. I sent them to the train station of the Hinterquarters on a fact-finding mission, so they'll still be there, I should imagine.
Now.
They're a man and a woman by the name of Shiroko, I think is how you pronounce that, and Zephyr. I'm not familiar with Shiroko. I think it has to do something with wind. I don't know where the term comes from, but I think it's pronounced Shiroko. And I don't even know why I think that. It's just how I heard it. Your whiskers are tickling. Oh, but you're so cute. I get cavities from that cuteness. So, let's go up. Woohoo indeed. Yeah, that's why I don't like having big monsters, honestly. Like, I would stay with this team definitely because it's not that bad, but big monsters get in the way too often. And yeah, they become see-through, but like, still hard to see through. Oh well, let's get on the behinds of... Wait, we should check which station we should use. Yeah, definitely those. Walking from here would not be... Wait, isn't there one more in between? Yeah, there's... Yeah, that's it. I thought there were 3. I think there are 3 on everything except the Paternogon, which only has 2. But it's really small and you have fast travel points, so...
Let's get our new treasure appraised.
Okay. No, derrière Glacier. Oh boy. he stood up, like he's sitting now, not laying down anymore. And he had to sniff where his head was on my leg, which looked weird. But also, like, I don't know why, but he has a little droplet on his chin. He drank earlier. Yeah, I didn't notice that he has that, so I thought maybe drool, but like, he normally doesn't drool.
You got this!
Cats usually don't do that. But yeah, it looks cute. But yeah, him sitting up, I can sit differently now. I'm not on a chair that's made for sitting on it for hours. We are here on orders of Princess Anemone. Really, our job is to guard her, but there's not much use complaining, I suppose. Greetings, my name is Zephyr. What brings you here? The lexicon, you say? Yes, I've got it. Princess Anemone lent it to me and forgot to ask for it back. Are you planning to return it to her? Yep, hand it over. Well, here you are. Remember to thank Princess Anemone profusely, won't you? We got lexicon. And we grab the gem that we can find here. I think there is only one. But let us check. Just in case. Yeah, that's on the Wingswept Moors. This is also the Moors. Wait, are we're really only missing 5? 4. We have the horn, the fang, and the heart, yeah. Wait. Where did we get... Yeah, it makes sense, yeah. Everything works. Good. All the better. I still think they should have just... I mean, yeah, they should have just... It's not like it's not work doing a region like this, but... It is Square Enix. They could have done that without, like... the game blowing up too much. But, like, give us 2 more areas so that... you have 1 gem per area. Right? Like, it wouldn't have driven up the price of the game, honestly. They still would have made a lot of money with it. Even with that extra work. So yeah, I know exactly where it is. It's a very logical place as well. I think I still need to do the radar, apparently. Come on. Let me radar.
Now, where could that be?
Wait.
Nothing here.
Is there another ridge like this? Maybe I don't know exactly where. I was thinking it might be high up, but then I saw that cracked up ice, and yeah, it was in a bit of cracked up ice. But I never noticed there are 2 places with that, so I was definitely right. And it's in the crack. I hope I can have my pillow back when we go there.
Yes!
Will you have it on the chair?
I have it on the chair because like it didn't work out like as a back pillow and so sitting on pillow. So I just put it there instead of getting it like back to bed because why? But like this should be it. This this is it. The lapis tail. Okay. Do you still remember what, like... I don't want to spoil it. But, like, there's a thing that happens when we collect all of them.
Yes.
Do you still remember how long it took after that thing to happen for the final battle to take place?
Treasure!
Was there a lot between that? Because I'm thinking that maybe we are even able to finish it today, but tomorrow is Monday. Right?
Hard to say because we let all the
Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah, but like... I think it's just a bit of more story and nothing that big. Derrière Glacier.
Scanning for treasure.
I found a Balombe.
Fully charged.
Is the mine.
Here we go!
I was so annoyed by the balloon hunting stuff that I just... At one point I just started like making up weird names for them. Don't mind me doing that, that's still in my mind.
Let's get our new treasure appraised.
Yeah, back to the Snouters.
Welcome to Snouterhorn
Warm,
Station.
warmer, hot. And back down again. Honestly, for this one thing, you have to do too much of a run around. Like, yeah. Those things are very precious, so they shouldn't be easy to get technically, but they are also just the main story grab that thingies, you know? So, yeah, and it's not about it being hard, it's just annoying that you have to change places so much for, yeah, just no real reason,
We're being targeted.
right? It's just like... Did we get the one in the desert? Yeah. Is there even one in the desert? Yeah, the one we're hunting for right now, I think, is in the desert. We just need the map for the exact location. Because if you don't have that, it won't trigger even if you go into that location.
Oh, there you are.
Ah, there you are. And do you have my lexicon? Yes.
Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. Now I can read the rest of the message on this monument. Alright, here goes.
Allow me
Like
to
this
read-
lexicon stuff that didn't need to be here. That's just... I like fetch quests, which you could say are the same, but like... This is overdoing it. This is too much padding.
You already did other quests for before.
Yeah. And like... hunting the gems is basically also fetch quest and could be said as padding as well, but like... It doesn't feel as unneeded, right? The treasures of Draconia. When the folk begged for riches, the dragons heeded and filled Draconia with treasures both great and small. The 7 stones, the sapphire eye, amber horn, amethyst fang, ruby heart, emerald wing, lapis tail, and citrine talon, born from the wishes of the golden dragons they were, in 7 different hues. So it seems these 7 stones differ from other treasures. They're actually the desires of the dragons given physical form. Well, that's the whole message.
By the
So
way,
is this a world created by Kamen Rider Geats? Yeah, people not watching Kamen Rider won't know what this means. But I'm not going to explain. Now, Eric, about this cloud compass. Where did you first come to hear of this term? Was it by any chance that at that base of yours? It is in a most interesting spot after all.
excellent.
Got it in one. We learned about the compass down in the Snarl. That's the name of the maze-like place right underneath our base. The maze-like place on our base. That rhymes way too much unintentionally. As you enter, there's an image of the cloud compass.
Really?
The Snarl, you say? So that's what it's called. Well, I certainly wouldn't mind taking a closer look at the place. There's something like to... Sorry, battle. Something I'd like to ascertain for myself.
Break a leg.
Just make your way to the Snarl and I'll join you there. No, we really have to go back home. I wanted to get them all in one go. Yeah.
I have to go back for each one. Just to annoy you.
Oh well. Oh well. Oh Welsh. Hey, my Digimon won! Yippee! Needs to win 20 battles to evolve. And it battles by taking steps. Well,
So?
the
What
encounter
is
set
it?
by that. Yeah, we can skip this. We have excellent manual. Isn't that cool? Yeah, the special treasures, of course. Oh, please, no. Yeah, that's... That might take a while.
I've never seen this before.
Like, I saw a lot of people complain about the music having to go all the way each time a party member joins your team in regular Dragon Quests.
This
Honestly, I don't mind that. I actually like that because it like feels like something cool just happened. And new party member always cool. However, this happens 100
never seen
times
this
in the
before.
game. That's a different thing, right? That's not like which Dragon Quest has the most party members to join you. I think that might be 6 maybe? It's not like 6 party members, Dragon Quest 6. And that has like... How many characters are there? You have Hassan, Muriel, Terry, Rebecca, Chamamo,
The gang is certainly grown.
Amon, maybe? He's optional after all. I'm forgetting someone here. Yeah, let's say that's 6 or 7 characters that join you there.
The treasure here has changed.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's
But
once
if they leave your party
and come back.
and
Yeah, okay.
every time, then it's really annoying.
I still don't think it's annoying, but yeah, I mean, of course you can. Like, that's subjective, of course. But like 100 times? That's a lot. What annoys me as well is the mini metal sound. Tiny metal sound, that is. Shouldn't she be
Let's
here?
see what it says.
Ah, there. The tiny metals... it's shorter, okay, but like, you kind of find a lot of those as well, and... Yeah, over time it's just starting to get annoying. You cannot do that too much. Princess Anemone said she'd follow us, but she's nowhere to be seen. Perhaps she's already gone inside. Come on, Eric. Let's go look for her. Honestly, I thought maybe I make her sound too evil. But then again, I thought, well, just because someone sounds evil doesn't mean they are evil.
Really?
Right? And I think it fits her cat-like appearance. So there's another monument down here, it seems. Let's see what's written on it. Like, you should do this, but sprinkle it through the other gems. Because this is backstory that's kind of cool, right? But all of that is on one gem only. So if each of them gave you a snippet of this, it would be the same amount of stuff to do, but you had less back and forth going, and it would be sprinkled throughout the game more, which would work better, I think. The Snarl. Those who can overcome the trials of this labyrinth will find the path to the Golden Isle revealed before them. The Mazing Mirror. It's not quite amazing, it's just amazing. Like, you know, it's not over or underwhelming, it's whelming. Gaze deep into this looking glass and witness the visages of the saviors, their future reflected in eyes of draconic blue. The treasure of treasures. When the 7 stones prove hope lives on, by Daikon. This, the ultimate treasure, symbol of wisdom and courage, shall appear, and the path to the Golden Isle shall be everlasting. Aha. So this place was once connected to La Isla Dorada. Why do we have so much Spanish in my streams? La Primera Isla Dorada. Weird. But then the Golden Sovereign somehow made that gilded land vanish, sending it to a new location far, far away. And if someone were to appear with a peerless eye for treasure and the cloud compass in hand, well then, maybe, just maybe...
Oh?
Ah, Eric, there you are. I took the liberty of having a little nose around. I've learned an awful lot today already. It seems that the 7 stones must be taken to La Isla Dorada in order to make something happen. I had also hoped to find something known as the Mazing Mirror, but... oh, sorry. But no such luck thus far. Could that be the dusty old mirror we saw further down, I wonder? It wasn't much of a mirror, though. It was so murky, you couldn't see a thing. Yeah, you could clean it up! This annoys me way too much. But you agree, right? It's like...
Just try wiping over it with your
Yeah.
hand at least.
It's like someone just puts a knife on your skin so that your skin bends, but it's not penetrating yet. And it's like, I'm not hurting you, right? Like that. It's like, stop it. Oh, you've already found it. How wonderful. Yeah, what a
According
great
to my
kitty.
research, there is
According
a
to my
mirror.
research, there's a mirror in the maze that will reflect the face of the savior. I just realized, can we get the hint for this gem before we get to that mirror? Because then it wouldn't be that like, oh, how convenient. It would just...
We'll probably have to be here to even get the hint for that. Oh, no.
Yeah, maybe we get that in the first or second one. The mirror is after the third one is unveiled. Unveiled. Not unveiled. Unveiled? According to my research, there's a mirror in the maze that will reflect the face of the savior. If that really is the mirror you found, it will prove jolly useful to you, I should think.
Now then.
I'm a lot clearer about a few things now, thanks to your invaluable assistance. And could the 7 stones really be... No, forget you heard anything. I mustn't get too far ahead of myself. Nice work.
Thank you.
I've been asking an awful lot of you lately, so bless you. It's only right that I fulfill my end of the bargain. I will go and tell Captain Levanter to give you the map of the Ancient One's lair. Just come and visit us at the Sylvanian Stockade on the mainland whenever you're ready.
See you soon.
Thanks again for all your help. See you soon, I trust. Okay, we are going to the Windswept Moors first, though, because a big brain move. The second one we get there is right by a train station. And that can take us to the desert, to the last one, and then boom, bada bang, there we go. Working efficiently. Sure, I could have planned this out way better, but like... Right. It's not making that much of a difference that putting the
Where
time
could the
in
Dragonstones be?
would make it really different. Yes, soaring steps should be good. That should get us to the first of the two. I'm too.
See you later, guys.
Take care out there.
Welcome to Soaring Step Station.
Free show your shopping.
Huh?
Free show your shopping.
Yeah. Yeah. I just need to stand a bit. Until they get back to us. Not even until we get a replacement.
I hope they will get back.
Yeah. I hope we can find something like better than this. We don't have any other chair though, so I don't know what we could find. Basically, I'm sitting on just one of those typical kitchen chairs, like a plank of wood. That's it. It's not very comfortable, sadly.
Here we go. Here we go.
And that's not very good for your... I don't know what that thing is named. That tailbone you have. What? Oh, tailbone. Is that actually named tailbone? Oh, see, I know what the name is. I just didn't know that I knew. That's the story you never knew. Remember that? I wonder if they still exist, like... When they changed what they did on that channel, I didn't like that. Like, all power to them. If they want to change it because they don't feel comfortable with the stuff they did before, they should, of course, but it doesn't mean I have to like what they are doing. Like, I watched them because of the stuff they did, so if they change that, yeah, well. And honestly, from a business perspective, that change probably cost them a lot of subs. Which,
Are you sure you
yeah,
want
not
to
good,
fight
right? But should you do something that doesn't make you happy just because for subs? Definitely, maybe. Let me explain. Like,
Your dagger gauge is filling up.
let's say the ice bucket challenge. Of course, that like bathing in ice basically is uncomfortable and not much fun, right? But it's something you can do for your well, and for the good cause, of course, not only for the audience. But even if you just do it for the audience, something that like eating something hot, not fun, but it's still entertaining and how to say that? I'm at a loss for words here. It's something that's okay to suffer through 4 clicks, basically. But it's like a one-off thing you do. If you only do stuff you don't like, yeah, no, that's not good for your mental health, of course, right? Like, find a good balance of doing something just for your audience that you are still somewhat comfortable with, of course.
Huh?
Hey,
And
it's close.
still stuff you do enjoy. You know. Metal King spotted. Kill. Get XP. Like, would I cut my hair for my audience? Because, like, that doesn't really hurt me and stuff. But no, I definitely like my hair. And I don't like myself with short hair. Not to mention, like, being bald. No, thank you. I would do it for charity in a heartbeat, though. Like, if I would do a charity stream, which I probably will sometime in the future.
Treasure.
And, like, I have a goal of, like, 1,000. At 1,000, I will cut my hair.
Close.
Like, bald. Yeah. No, I wouldn't do it for just 1,000, honestly. That's the problem. I'm a small streamer, if you didn't notice. And, like, if I was MadPat, I would do it for if we gather, like, $500,000 for that charity, right? But, like, if I would say, yeah, $500,000 and I'm gonna cut my hair, there's no way I, with my small audience right now, would make $500,000 for charity. So, right? Gotta put that into relation, right? Like, of course that wouldn't work. Like, I wouldn't even put up a goal for $500,000 because, like, yeah, who am I kidding here, right? So, that would go into that, but... And you could question yourself, like, why would you do that? You don't feel comfortable with getting bald. So why do it? But if it makes people give money to the charity I'm choosing, which will definitely be St. Jude's Hospital, I'm helping children sick with cancer. F my hair. What's my hair, right? There's just some stuff on my head. On the head of a healthy
Where could the
adult
Dragonstones
being.
be?
Those kids are suffering. Like, that's totally worth it, right? Sure, I could do other things to get money in, but I could do all those things as well to get more money in. Huh? And should the audience give more... Well, okay, that's a very big topic, but let's
Welcome to Grey Wing
scratch on it a
Railway
bit.
Station.
Should the audience give money just because you do something for it? It's charity after all, like... You're a good human, right? You can give? So why don't you give without me having to do something I don't wanna do? That's a valid argument, I would say, right? Why do you need to get entertainment for you to spend money on charity? It's not... If it was my private riches... Yeah, of course. I give you entertainment, you pay for entertainment. That's a fair exchange. That, of course, yeah, totally. Totally, yes. But charity is just different, right? That's not me saying you should just give to charity without, like, getting something back, like entertainment in this case. It's completely fine to get entertainment out of it. Of course, it is. But... why does it always have to include some kind of suffering? Yeah, so... yeah, I'm saying I would cut my hair for charity, but I'm also questioning... like, I could also do a fun little quiz show or something, which is... still entertainment, but... it wouldn't get that much money in, like, if you do something that makes you suffer. What?
You're talking as if you have to.
No, of course, you don't have to do it. That's the whole point. Yeah, you don't have to do it. But then again, you want to raise a lot of money for the chosen charity, right? So... you're in that weird paradox.
It's close.
Kinda, right? Where it's like, yeah, of course you don't have to do anything, but... you can do good by doing it. So maybe I will never cut my hair, not even for charity, because, like, I do other things. Who knows? I'm very attached to my hair. Well, it is attached to me more like that. But yeah. And I didn't even think about that. I was just like, yeah, you do that stuff for charity streams. But if you really think about it, shouldn't people just give for charity purposes? Sure, if you do a show like MadPet did in some years, not the last year, but the years before. Yeah, that's great. Definitely, and that will get in more money because that's a reason for people to go there and give to charity, because you can't do it every day, so giving them a day, it's basically like Valentine's Day or something. Yeah, fair, but the punishment stuff? Kinda weird if you think about it. And he had to shave his head.
Awaiting instructions.
Yeah, but he.
Oh,
Yeah, he has short hair. That grew back in like a month. This beautiful mane probably takes like 2 years or something. And to be quite honest, there's kind of a fear that it might not grow back as well. Like, sure, there will be some back growing, but would it become like this again? Right?
Oh, what have we here? A diminutive treasure hunter. That takes me back. As a young man, treasure hunting was my life. Alas, I took it too far, and well, just look at me now.
oh.
But I digress. You're not here to talk about me. Bless you. You're here because of my wares, are you not? Well, I can't take them with me to where I'm going, so I'd be happy to part with them.
Now then,
For a price, of course. Now then, let's see.
anything catch your eye?
Treasure. The green one. Like this one. This story and stuff is interesting, but it's way too easy to get. Like, of course you have to get 777,000 G, which is a lot of money in this game, but like, you could have done something more interesting here, right? Those are very special gems after all. Maybe, and yeah, we're going back to fetch, because you need to
Well
give him an item
spotted.
for it. An item close to him, something like that, you know, to set him free.
Well spotted. That is indeed the Emerald Wing. You've clearly got quite the eye for treasure. In fact, I have a feeling that you've got what it takes to find all the 7 stones and to get to La Isla Dorada. I mean, one missing. So, yeah. And that means my work here is done. And just as well as I'm feeling ever so sleepy.
By the way,
Oh, by the way, am I right thinking that Mr. Stephenson has already kicked the bucket? I was hoping never to see him again, but I rather fear a reunion will be unavoidable.
one
Now,
last
let me
thing.
give you one piece of advice before you go. Before I go, don't get too greedy, you hear? Else you'll end up like me.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh,
About that greediness. Like, his sister gets greedy, but what becomes of her is very different from you. She becomes a real piece of gold. And Eric just like, yeah, there was a short time in jail, but other than that, right? This is one thing I didn't think about. We have everything we need to revive this station. Because if that wasn't the case, well, whoopsie. We need to give him a Gigantus. Well, Clubber, you go. Bye-bye. And some Sanguinite. And now back to the dessert.
Where could the Dragonstones be?
think this one's easier to walk.
Welcome to Bone Dry Heights Station.
Yeah. Let's jump from here. Boing!
Here we go.
Through the loop. Loopity loop. The Chinese master of stylistic flight. Looping.
Hey, it's close.
Are jokes like this considered racist nowadays?
Bleep bloop. Happiness protocols engaged.
Also, but I think Lu Ping can actually be a Chinese name even. Which... There might be people called that even.
You got this.
Activated.
Woohoo indeed, you.
Awaiting Power cells fully charged.
Okay.
Scanning for treasure.
You got this.
So, Big Piggy. Gimme.
Power cells fully charged.
Gimme that body lotion. Wait. Move down here. We changed places.
Ah, there you are.
Ah, Eric, there you are. I was just explaining the situation to Captain Levanta. As promised, I have asked him to give you the map of the Ancient One's lair. Fortunately for you, I cannot refuse a direct request from the princess. In fact, I'm impressed you had the gumption to think of asking her. I'll give you the map of the Ancient One's lair, on one condition. You are going after the Ancient One because of its Dragonstone, am I right? Well, I want you to make sure that you slay that beast and secure that treasure. Whatever you do, don't let anyone steal it from under your nose, especially not that wretch Silverbones and his gang of ne'er-do-wells. Is that understood? I dread to think what would happen if that lot got their hands on the 7 stones.
What do you say?
So have we got a deal? Sure thing. Right, well here's your map then. Good.
Fear not, Levanta.
Fear not, Levanta. These youngsters will put an end to the Thunderous Plunderer's ambitions. If you say so, your highness. Now listen up, I might have let you have that map, but my treasure is all mine.
Good luck.
Good luck, Eric. May a fair wind carry you to victory. You know, when it comes to the treasure hunt, sure. But like...
Happiness protocols engaged.
where are they going? Yeah, those Dragonstones, like... That's not a treasure. That's not as simple as that. We shouldn't fight over this, and, like, the Sylvanians should see that. Right? Like, if we don't work together against the Thunderous Plunderers,
Protocols
nothing good will come out of that. So why make it complicated for me? Because, like, all the stuff about, well, the blue-eyed dragon thingies.
Here we go.
Like, you have seen my eye colors and that of my sister. Right?
scanning.
That's what I'm gonna think for the final battle we switch back to Erica. No, it's not Erica
Power
and
cells fully charged.
Mio. To Mia. Because why not? If he can gather the stones, she can have the final battle at least. Honestly, that's one thing I was disappointed in immediately when starting the game. Like that first dungeon, have you work together to press those buttons, remember? Change between the character. Well, the game did it for you, the change, but like, I always assumed, even like before starting the game, didn't watch many trailers or stuff like that. Because it's Dragon Quest. I always buy Dragon Quest. It's never wrong. But like, I just assumed you kind of control both and can switch between them to solve riddles and stuff. And they surely showed that you do that. In that first little dungeon before the game really begins. And then you just have to switch between them. They're just whatever you see walking. There's no difference between them or anything. That was a bit of a letdown, honestly. It doesn't destroy the game is still fun and everything, but it could have been that bit more. And honestly, why not control both at the same time? Like, basically like Super Smash Bros. Ice Climbers, right? I still wonder how weird that would be, controlling two characters at the same time, especially in battle and stuff. But I think it could work, right? I mean, what would the camera focus on? I'd just say that basically the middle between them, and they walk side by side, kinda. And for their combo attacks, it's just like, for example, she attacks and jumps away, and then Eric follows up and stuff. You would press the same buttons as you do now. It would just look different. But that might also lead to it feeling different. And what would the feeling be? Right? So, another teleport. Bye-bye.
Just filling up.
Ouch. You have to crawl. What did you lose there? The needle. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I mean, we can look out, but like, needle and cat. Ooh. I don't want a cat like... Especially our dumb cats. Like, I let them sniff on a needle once. Sure, you could say it's my fault for having the sharp side towards them, but like... I didn't think that they would try to put it in their nose. Just to make clear here, nothing happened. I have seen that they are trying to get too close to it and pulled the needle back. So nothing happened, no nose was hurt, but like, they should know, right? Instinctively? That might be a bad idea? In general, even if it's not a needle or something sharp, to just put your nose right on it, right? Oh well. But yeah, knowing that a needle on the ground, bad idea.
Like I said, these are pretty good.
Yeah, but if they're like,
And I have it already.
they're more like,
I can't even hurt you with the hurt it, sorry.
more like, what do you call that? Where you put a thread through to make little pictures, like basically pixel stuff, just with thread. You know what I mean, though, right?
Sticken.
Yeah. In German, it's sticken. You use a
We've gotta win this.
Remember, we fight best
dull
as a team.
needle for that. Embroidery, of course. I knew it. Yeah. You don't
Maybe
use
you
sharp
can
means
use
for
that
that as
big
well.
your dagger gauge is filling up.
Yeah, I mean, if you embroider on like jeans, that might be useful to have a sharp needle there, right? Jeans is pretty close together, the individual threads it's made out of. What? Small of woven. The jeans Pokemon. Then again, that could actually be that bad. Okay, time for me to attack as well.
Maybe you can use that big collar.
Splish.
Your dagger gauge is filling up.
Ouch. Die already. Ouch. I don't want that.
Come on!
Oh. Come on. Ah, that thing is already busted.
Come on! Come on!
Ah.
Right as rain.
I don't have the stronger version.
Your dagger gauge is full. Use it wisely. Maybe you can use that big collar.
Oh, Emmett. Wait, Emmett, you're almost level 40. Nice. Caught up.
Come on, come on.
Quite fast, even.
Right as rain.
I get it, broken one. Come on. Yes. Okay, this should be. I don't think it will work. Bang! Hornbolt, Sentinel of the Sands, has dried out.
I guess we're done here. Yes! Huh?
The Eye. It's the Eye of the Dragon. It's the King of the Skies. The Sapphire Eye. The Sapphire.
You did it.
Meow, you did it. You collected the 7 stones. This means we finally achieved what we set out to do on these islands. Thank you, Eric. I might not always show it, but I really am grateful for everything you've done. Now, the rest of the Dragonstones are already in the vault, so let's head back to base and tell Mr. Houston the good news. Mr. Newston. This chair is killing me softly. with its wood. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not allowed to use a Chimera wing.
I feel no pain.
Why?
Awaiting instructions.
Yeah, but only after I return, so...
Give no quarter.
So, you want to finish now, right?
If you're okay with it.
Scanning for treasure.
I mean, we both have work tomorrow, but just... I don't have to get up early for it.
Fear is the mind killer.
I just have to write some things.
Happiness
Check it out.
protocols engaged. Awaiting
Check it out.
instructions.
Go, go, go. Like, quick thing, can you check a walkthrough if, like, if this still goes on for like 2 hours, then that will be one more stream, I would say. Just to make sure, you know. What?
My blade is wetted.
Well, with a walkthrough that shows you what happens.
Let's tell Mr. Houston about the Dragonstones.
I have all 7 now. Even though I kind of remember there being one in the wall here. I don't remember about that. I mean, she mentioned it right now? Yeah, we have all the 7.
Let's tell Mr. Houston about the Dragonstones.
Home sweet home.
Mr. Houston,
Welcome back.
we have a problem. I just realized that. Houston and Houston. Mr. Houston, we have a problem. That's Mr. Houston.
You went through the floor of the snow.
Yeah, we needed that for the heart.
All right.
This looks like one of those wings on a Beyblade.
This is great. Hey, we got a new treasure.
Mightily impressive. What a fine collection. Jolly good show.
You can get a rank up again.
What's your candy level in the monsters?
Around 40.
The gang is certainly growing.
I can deal with that.
Watch out. They're here for our treasure.
Base battle?
Yeah, right now.
Huh?
There's a base battle right now.
No, we will have a base battle. For the story.
Okay.
Then you can basically
Wait.
talk to Captain Lavanda and they will take you. Wait, we need to check, but I'm not sure if there's anything else. The guy doesn't mention anything though.
Okay. Of course, I have to defeat the cutie clowns here, so they don't steal. I don't really care much anymore, but like, And it feels wrong just letting them have
Show no mercy.
Beautiful treasure!
it. Also maybe it gives us a level or two. Not too bad. Yeah, with 45, 51 and 40 for the monsters.
Oh, we'll be back!
You're gonna have to try harder.
Your treasure trove is safe. We're gonna buy some items maybe.
I have something new to offer you.
Some pellets that will be helpful.
You are out of pellets?
Or make them even.
Danke.
Give me 100 of those.
Danke.
100 of those.
Danke.
What can we make? Okay. Yeah, this looks good.
Come back soon, yeah?
Let's see.
So let's talk to Houston.
I say.
Well, someone looks like the cat who got the cream. What's going on, Eric? So we even have to trigger that, so why again no Chimera Wing possible?
Blimey.
What? You actually did it! You found all of the 7 stones! As someone who has done everything within his power to support you on your journey, I could not be more proud. But this is not the time for such an unseemly show of emotion. No, we need to line the Dragonstones up and see them in all their glory. I can't carry them all by myself, though. Miss Ursula and Miss Porcus, would you be so good as to assist me?
Just a
I
moment.
stored them away with the utmost care, so it will take a little while to get them out again. Please do be patient, Eric. I will, and we might have a different thumbnail shot after all.
Where are they? They're really taking their time.
Listen, Mia. What they wanted us to do, well, we've done it, haven't we?
Uh-huh.
Maybe we should head back home now.
Huh?
I don't understand this part, honestly. They have nothing back
Here
home.
we are.
This is all thanks to you.
The plunderers.
We're under attack.
Yes, we are.
Golly gosh.
Oh, golly gosh, this is terrible. Silverbones has come for us. And it looks like he means business.
Come on.
We mustn't panic though. Our gang can hold their own against anyone. We'll soon send them packing.
Now.
Sorry. I make sure the 7 stones are safe, while you focus on repelling the invaders, Eric.
I'm leaving this to you.
I'll have Mr. Houston look after the Dragonstones. Now teach those pirates a lesson. Oh, I can't switch, yeah.
Watch out. They're here
Oh, I
for
can?
our treasure.
Well,
leaving this
the rest
to you.
is yours.
Listen, it's my turn now.
Take care.
They even share their level, by the way. Mia and Eric.
Let's have some fun.
We won't roll
The
over.
Drive game.
This treasure belongs to our master now. I don't like losing.
That's one down. There follows the second one. And the third one can actually do something. Go attack it. Could do something. Bye bye.
You haven't seen the last of us.
Winner takes all.
Your treasure trove is safe. But is it?
We did it.
Link, we won. Leave the Leaf are victorious.
But how?
But how? I mean, we trained so hard. We really couldn't have trained any harder. But when it came to the crunch, it wasn't just enough.
I don't
I
believe
can't
it.
believe we've been beaten again. God. It doesn't make any sense. How could a little brat like you defeat the finest fighters the plunderers have? Just who are you? I mean, really? Well, whoever you are, we are grateful you could spare the time for such a delightful little dust-up. Much obliged. What do you mean?
Whoa!
That was Mr. Houston. The Dragonstones! Quickly, Mia! We need to get back! Yeah, you are too late, though. Bad luck. Now Captain Silverbones will finally be able to claim the treasure of treasures as his own. What the?
Hey,
Porker, Mia, look up there.
These treasures are all mine. Thanks for finding them for me. You really shouldn't have.
you monster!
Those belong to
Yes,
us.
that's what he is, monster.
If you'll excuse me, these beauties have something to show me. There she is, La Isla Dorada. Well, my blue-eyed friends, I suppose I'll see you around.
I don't believe it. After I worked so hard to collect the Dragonstones. I'm so sorry. I just couldn't stop them. I don't know how they did it. They were gone in the blink of an eye. This is awful. All that effort and nothing to show for it. Hey, pull yourself together and stop that whining. This isn't over yet. It sounds like Silverbones is heading for La Isla Dorada. If we follow him there, we can get the 7 stones back.
You're right.
You're right. And to find La Isla Dorada, we need the cloud compass, right? Silverbound seems to have managed to locate it without the compass, which must mean the cloud compass is still out there somewhere.
Huh.
But where is it? We don't have any idea where to start looking, do we? You're right. We're in a bit of a pickle, it seems.
Hang on.
Now's not the right time, but when you truly do not know which way to turn, come back here.
Listen.
Mia reminds the gang about the mysterious mirror down in the Snarl.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the mirror. That's the one Princess Anemone said would reflect the face of the savior, isn't it? I should have thought of that. Well, we don't know which way to turn right now. You're talking about that murky old mirror down in the cellar. What are you planning to do with it? Well, I trust them. I mean, they collected all the Dragonstones after all. That's why I'm all for going with their instincts. I have a funny feeling they'll find a way through this. I suppose you're right, Porcus. And it's not like we have any other options. Very well, I'll put my trust in the pair of you as well.
Great.
Great, then let's head down to the Snarl, check out that mirror, and find out more about the cloud compass. Okay. I am going on a quick pee break though, so be right back.
$10 on the prize.
This was the wrong button. Why did I want to control
Excellent
over the
progress.
Splendid work.
D-pad? Also, why am I sort of breath? I just walked into the living room. After the toilet. Obviously. I just grabbed, like, a pillow. Okay. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the richest of them all?
Oh. I can't see anything. Well, we gave it a shot.
Wait.
Hey there. So you made it.
Are you guys the saviors?
Were we really this small? And did you really sound so cute?
Shut up.
What are they on about?
Listen, we're in a bit of trouble. This treasure that belongs to our friends, it's been stolen. We need to get it back. But we don't know where to start.
That's right. You've got to help. We need to get this thing called the Cloud Compass. How are we meant to find it?
The truth is, you already know the answer.
Huh?
Try asking some of your new friends for help. Then you'll need to head for the heavens.
Once you're there, and the two compasses align, you will find what you're looking for.
I don't understand.
Your hearts must join together as one. And don't worry. Trust in yourselves, and all will be well.
Oh, is that the time? I promised to meet an old friend.
Hey, wait up! We've got other stuff to ask you. Tell us who you are at least.
Listen. Whatever happens from now on, you must never stop believing in each other.
Mom. Eat it. Come on. Ah, the mirror's broken. And I had so much I wanted to ask those guys. There was something funny about those two, right? Almost felt like we knew them or something. I mean, honestly, Eric, that was just you in bigger. Mia, yeah, the ponytail is different and stuff. I could see that, but like that other guy there, just you, upscale. Are you alright? We heard the most almighty smash. Oh, the mirror's broken. How did that happen?
Listen.
So they told you to ask your new friends for help and head for the heavens. And what you're looking for will appear when the two compasses align. Well, whoever they were, I don't think we've got any choice but to trust them. So, Mia, can you think of anyone we've met who'd be able to help us head for the heavens? Are you okay? Captain Lavender.
I get it.
Oh, Captain Lavender of Sylvania. He's definitely got a flying ship.
Well.
Yes, he does. Good thinking, Mia. The Sylvanian ship should be in their stockade on the Paternoggin. That's the last place I saw it anyway.
Great!
Great, then that's where we're headed next. We asked the Sylvanians for a lift and head for the heavens. As for what happens then, we'll just have to find out when we get there. I'm coming too, by the way. Sis, we all need to pull together to get those Dragonstones back.
All right then.
Let's go. can just do this. Exchange my earpieces quickly. And on to the noggin of the
La
pig.
Isla Dorada, here we come.
See you guys later!
Now I wonder if they copy that place into a different game, will they call it Pasta Noggin? Maybe they rebuild it from noodles. Pasta Noggin.
Welcome to Snouterhorn Station.
Get returned. Yes, you can lay down on that. Yeah, take all the time. Wait. Where am I?
Yes? Well, shall we? Goodbye.
Cats take so long to finally lay down somewhere. Okay. Oh yeah. Ah wait, no. I remember they won't let you take any treasures. Take us, piggy. Give us a piggyback ride. Wait up. I'm coming too, remember? Let's see if the Sylvanians will give us a lift. What do you know, Lord want now? Well, Captain Levanta, we were actually hoping you could do us a little favor.
I see.
So you found the 7 stones only for Silverbones to pinch them from under your noses. And now you want to borrow our ships so you can head up to the heavens and get them back. I don't know why you think flying up in the air is going to help, but I suppose you must have your reasons. And I must admit, I am all in favor of Silverbones getting his comeuppance. But I'm afraid I am not in a position to just lend our ship out at the drop of a hat. You have heard the discussion, I trust, Your Highness.
Indeed.
Indeed I have, and it is a tricky one. This ship, is a pride and joy. Letting someone else use her is not a decision to be taken lightly.
Now.
The truth is, our kingdom has relinquished its claim to the 7 stones. We have come to the realization that they are not, in fact, the treasures we really want. And while we are always willing to do battle in the pursuit of treasure, we do not fight for fighting's sake. For that reason, I am afraid I cannot permit you to use our ship in order to go and fight Silverbones. What? But... However, we... Hello, Anishark! How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. However, we do owe you a considerable debt of gratitude. You have helped us unravel many of these islands' mysteries, after all. I am feeling great. Thanks for asking. And as our way of repaying you for all you have done for us, I am happy to offer you passage to your destination of choice.
Wow.
Really?
Really? That's awesome, thanks.
Well then.
Looks like you're in luck then, huh? Now I'd better introduce you to your captain. This is Windy. She may be young, but she's a fine navigator at Sylvania's ever pro... What? I think I misread something there. Just report to her once you're ready to depart. Oh, I am ready. We will pick not only one bone of that silver bone sky. My name's Windy, and I'll be your captain. Welcome aboard.
Ready to set
So,
sail?
ready to set sail for the heavens? Yep.
All hands on deck.
Right, all hands on deck. It's time to weigh anchor and set sail for the heavens. We'll just need to watch out for storm weather. The sky looks a bit ominous today.
Let's get
Anyway,
moving.
enough chit-chat. Let's get moving. You love Dragon Quest? I love Dragon Quest as well. It's my favorite game series of all time. What's your favorite Dragon Quest? Mine, personally, is Dragon Quest 7. But 11 is very close to it. Five? Oh, 5 is good. 5 is so good.
It's starting to rain. La Isla Dorada. It must be out there somewhere.
Well, you two, what exactly is the plan?
Both of our hearts.
Must become one.
What did you think about the movie? What was it called? Your Story. Did you like that plot twist at the end? Did you even see it? It's okay. Yeah, well, it's okay. That seems to be about right, yeah. I was struggling with that certain plot twist at the end. In the end, I kind of thought it was interesting, but
That's the cloud
yeah.
compass.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was a little WTF.
Sure.
The rest was very good, so yeah. And that they cut out the daughter was weird. That's still just such a weird decision.
Found it!
Dr. Egan's role in the movie was better than the movie. Yeah,
Isla Dorada,
Yeah.
ahoy!
he was just way more part of it. And yeah, the reveal that the son was the hero, that's just... That's kind of unique. Your main character not being, well, the main character, basically. Which game did that ever? Dislike that the girl was missing. Yeah, I dislike that as well. Like, why? Nera over Bianca? I don't agree. I'm Bianca all the way. But I mean, both are definitely a good choice. Alright, we're here. Now Princess Anemone has already told you that we won't fight for fighting's sake. So if you get into any scrapes or skirmishes, you're going to have to look after yourselves, I'm afraid. But don't worry, we'll be right here rooting for you. Yeah, it's only the world at stake, right? Best is still Deborah, but blue hairs are the best. Deborah was the new one from the remake, right? That's just not my type, I would say. I didn't really care for her.
Hold on.
Hold on a minute, this place looks really familiar. Ah, I get it. This place must be the original version of the room you found in those old ruins. That sounds about right. And that means there's a good chance that those daggers of yours used to be stored in here. Well, there's no sense speculating. We mustn't get distracted. You are her favorite slave. What more can you want? I don't like being a slave. I like a loving wife. I mean, that's also a kind of love, I would say, so... What are your thoughts on Dragon Quest IX? Because a lot of people really like 9. I can't see it. I think it's probably the worst one. Was good. I mean, yeah, it was still good. I still enjoyed it, but like not having real characters in your party, for some reason it didn't work. While in 3 it actually kind of worked. Worst was 2, followed by 4. Oh, you don't like 4? I like 4 a lot. 2... well, yeah, okay, 2 wasn't that good. I mean, it's also very old, so... It's kind of an unfair comparison, but I guess it's one of the games. You don't like the chapter system? I really enjoyed that, but... I mean, yeah. I can see how one could not like it. Always start at 0 is just annoying. Yeah, that's... I can get behind that. I didn't mind it, but yeah. I have a feeling Silverbones is waiting for us just up ahead. If we can defeat him and recover the 7 stones, we'll have done what we came for.
Come on.
It's going to be a tough old battle, but I know you can do it. On we go.
Your thoughts on Dragon Quest Builders? My actual wife, not in-game wife, really loves Builders. Like, how often did you play that?
Which one?
Combined. Both of them combined. I mean, 2 definitely way better than 1, but...
8 or 9 times.
yeah, okay. Okay, spin-off, nothing special. I mean, yeah, nothing special. Sure, but...
Yeah, sure.
I really love the building stuff. I mean, I love Lego. I always loved Lego, and so, yeah. Never played Minecraft. Just because of the looks. I just don't like the looks of Minecraft. So Dragon Quest Builders was... yeah, I really enjoyed that. But you have to like that kind of game, I guess. Yes, I want to go on. Did you play Dragon Quest Treasures? And what did you think of that? I just... You like DQ Heroes? Oh, we so need a 3rd installment of that. At least a 3rd one. Make it a trilogy at least. There's so much potential in that.
The treasure of treasures is mine at last.
You were disappointed about the monsters? Yeah. That's such a little selection. And the AI is really not that good as well.
Hang on. Is this it? 'Tis but the 7 stones stuck together. There's got to be more to it than this. You again.
Yeah, that
How
definitely
did you
are
get here?
so little monsters. That's...
Huh. You really want these stones?
Also,
don't
something like
ya?
the Chimera is missing? One of the most iconic monsters in the game? That's so weird.
Scurvy dogs. Well then, do your worst. Just don't expect a shred of mercy.
I do like those little baby dragons though, they introduced. Heal Slime too, yeah.
Final showdown.
Let's give it everything we've got.
Right.
Like, I guess something like the Bubble Slime would be hard to include with the abilities, because you surely can't ride or fly on it. Could maybe scan, but...
Ready to die?
but yeah. Definitely a bigger selection. The Green Dragon, yeah, that would have been such a good ride monster. It's basically like the Saber Cat. At least the Saber Cat is in. Wait. Okay. First piece. I mean, not in this playthrough, but I played this on my own time as well. There I got like every treasure and everything you could do in the game. Took me quite some time. Was a bit annoying for some things in the game, but I really enjoyed finding all that treasure stuff. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that so much. Are you streaming as well, by the way? Because then I will give a shout out. Some things in this game can also be a bit better working. It would be good with a bit more polish. No, you don't see. Oh, okay. What just happened? I got a second signal. A second sound. The following sound. 2 times. Yeah. Have you grabbed these 2 special promo monsters? Yes, I did. For this playthrough, I just want to. Wait, was the fire one? That wasn't the fire one just now. Whoops. Oh. Oh yeah, the special promo monsters. Yeah, for this playthrough I wanted to go with just jam monsters. Decide on these. I mean, I needed a flyer, and that would either be a Draki or a killing machine, so yeah. Obviously, I like Draki, but it's not the strongest monster out there. So I went for the killing machine. Snows. You like the birds? Yeah, the birds look cool. I really like that Stormy Saber Cat as well. That's such a cool new addition. Maybe a weak spot. I said turn around, not disappear. Just walk. There we go. I mean, the birds are cool.
I'm full of surprises.
Out of my sight!
All better. How'd you like this?
Ooh, crit. Nice. One day I plan to do the whole Dragon Quest main series on stream. I'm definitely waiting for at least the Dragon Quest 3 remake. And maybe if that ever gets to the West, the Dragon Quest X offline thing, because yeah, Dragon Quest X is kind of impossible to play. I know there are ways, but like it's too complicated. And I'm not that much into online games. It would be the only online game I would play, but more. I have them, so I can use them, right?
Get in there and grab a Dragonstone.
Why did that miss? Right. That's all, Marino, please wake up. You are the heavy hitter of the party after all. I'm so looking forward to the new Dragon Quest monsters. But, like, as of now, there are no real signs for it. There was one supposedly that would feature Eric and Mia. I wonder if they have redone it into this. I hope not, but...
Maybe you can take back a Dragonstone.
Oh, pinch, come on. That window for pinching is pretty small. You don't need to pinch them. I wonder what would happen. Can do it.
Get in there and grab a Dragonstone.
Why did it miss? Probably you would be best in a description for this one. Oh, we're doing good.
Dagger gauge is filling up.
And then one of our special attacks.
You're done for.
Well, actually, I like that because if you revive, they have to get MP back. That's good. You did over 1,000 damage right now. And you do very well. Oh.
You don't stand a chance.
Silver Bones is down. Now's your chance.
I'm a taste of my true power.
Dagger gauge is filling up.
Slowly but surely he loses his HP.
No mercy for you.
somehow this pinching isn't working. Bit more. And this is... Whew, that was not really hard, just long. But we defeated Silver Bones.
How did you...
Honestly, I like Silverbone's design, but like, for a final boss, he's not really a final bossy enough, if you know what I mean. I mean, just let him fall. Like, oh well, the 7 stones have been successfully recovered. The dragon stones there. They join together again.
You did it.
Yeah, we did it. Now we just need to bring this back to the gods, and we'll have completed our mission.
Our long journey's coming to an end at last.
Hey, listen, there's something that's been bugging me. Putting the dragon stones on the altar is supposed to make the treasure of treasures appear, right? Well, now we've gone to all this trouble, aren't you at least curious to see what it is? You go to bed? Well, have a good night then. Thanks for being here, and thanks for the follow again. Sleep well. Now you mention it. I suppose it is rather intriguing.
And if the treasure of treasures were to appear, then maybe that's a sign that we're supposed to take it.
Great!
Alright then, it's decided. Let's put the dragon stones on the altar and see what happens. Okay. Let us see what happens. Yes, place them.
Nothing's happening.
Maybe there's still something missing. Huh? Whoa.
The dragon stones have turned into...
An egg.
An egg?
So cute. Whoa, a baby dragon. It's kind of cute. Hold on, that means you must be the treasure of treasures, right?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. We're meant to be bringing the 7 stones back. But now, how are we supposed to do that if they have turned into a dragon?
Well, if we explain everything we've been through to the gods, surely they'll understand.
Porcus.
Focus. You and I both know that's wishful thinking. There's only one thing for it now.
You're right, of course, but if we do that, well, you know.
Eric.
Eric,
Mia.
Mia, listen, we need
Listen.
to talk. It's important. The thing is, we can't leave this little one behind. We're going to have to take them home with us to the Garden of the Gods. The problem is, if we do that, well, I'm afraid it means goodbye.
Whoa.
Well, that's kind of sudden.
We'll miss you both terribly, of course, but that's not the only problem. You see, once we go home, you'll have no way to return to your world. Which means you've got to go back there now, while you still can.
Wow.
Oh, well, wow, I mean, I barely think about the place anymore. I'm not sure I'm ready to go back. I want to stay here and find more treasure. Well, I'm not surprised you feel that way. But the truth is, the future has something in store for both. A very big adventure indeed. People are going to need you in your world, just like we needed you here.
It's all but true. It's all true, but it's our little secret, alright? Now, what say we head back to the boys? I'll bet everyone in Reef the Leaf is dying to see you.
No doubt.
I have no doubt they are. And as it happens, I've prepared a special something that will get us back to base in a jiffy. Then let's have a look at it.
Ha! Ha!
Yes, let's return. It has 8 legs this time.
What has 8 legs?
We have another one of those big spiders right there.
No.
Okay.
Let's have a quick break.
Yeah, we're gonna have a quick break. If the game's finished loading, if there's a sequence, I don't, you know, I don't want to have that roll. Come on, give me some text. Oh, actually, yeah, let's just put it at home. Yeah, be right back. I need to get this. It's like a huge spider. The spider was like this. It's outside now. I live in Germany, not in Australia. Well, for Australia, that's probably just like they wouldn't even notice it. But like, there aren't supposed to be spiders like this here. And that's the third one. Okay, let's continue with the ending. Hate to break it here, but like... Oh. Well, this is quite the welcome. Hurrah! You're back! And you bested Silverbones and recovered the 7 stones! We knew you could do it! Princess Anemone told us about what happened on La Isla Dorada, you see? That's only half the story, though. You see, the thing about the 7 stones is... You know what? We'll tell you later. I think we should make the rounds and see how everyone is doing first, don't you, Mia? It might help the two of you decide whether you're ready to go back home. So...
You can find some different treasure now.
There's a cake. I'm standing on the cake.
Very good.
It's ever so good to have you back, you know? You're quite a relief to boot. I thought that throwing a little party to celebrate was the least we could do, so I had a cake baked and prepared some snacks. I hope you have a jolly good time, Mia. You deserve it, and you'll make sure to speak to everyone, won't you? People are desperate to give you a good old pat on the back. I've been very impressed with what you've achieved, you know. Getting the better of Silverbones is no mean feat. Mind you, I've always known you two were a bit special. It's just this curious power you seem to have. And sure enough, you really did turn out to be the key to solving this world's mysteries. You invite me here, me sell many things. May sell many more things in future, please buy from me. Oh, you're back. And you have seen many rare and wonderful minerals in La Isla Dorada, yeah? You must to take me there with you someday. Bitte, bitte. This still does weird things to my brain. Well, how do you like the food? I was slaving over an hot stove for beaucoup d'heures. Beaucoup d'heures? What does that mean? Beaucoup d'heures. What does that mean? Oh.
That's what she said.
Okay. Many hours. Of course, I add un petit peu d'aide. Just a little app. Everyone here wanted to throw you a party. That would simply magnifique. Would be simply.
Now eat up. No merci beaucoup, right?
Yeah. No. No. I need to put my baby in bed. Oh, you would be allowed to evolve. Oh well. Tomorrow. Now eat up, s'il vous plaît. There is plenty more where this came from. Bon appétit.
Back in one piece.
Let's come later the road on One Piece, what? Well done, lass. The gang's grown a little bigger thanks to you. It's right nice to see a bit of life about the place again. Fair play to you. You've done everything I hoped you would and more. I've now left to ask of you. I will give you one piece of advice though. If there's something you really ought to be doing, then just do it.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I heard you sent that horrible bag of bones packing and got your Dragonstones back. Monsters will be queuing up to join your gang once they hear about this latest piece of daring do. They won't. Here's hoping you continue to hunt for treasure just as hard as ever. What are you doing here?
Hey.
I had some time on my hands, so I thought I'd check out your little shindig. I've certainly put an impressive crew together. And I'm sure your vault is bursting with treasure, too. Well, good for you. The more goodies you collect, the more I'll be able to steal from you when I strike, so watch out. I'll be honest with you. I only came here because I heard there was a party. I had no idea this island was chock full of treasure. You don't mind me burn some of for a while, do you? I'll give it back, promise. This is a good chance for you to have a good chat with everyone, Mia. Then, once you're ready, you and Eric can decide what you're going to do. Yeah, I did talk to everyone, didn't I? I'm missing someone here. I don't think so. Where is the trigger?
Well, now eat up.
Ah, there. Eric is the trigger.
Hey there.
Well, sis, what do you think? Are you ready to go back home? I'm ready.
Really?
Really, are you sure? Yep. Yeah, I'm ready too. It's going to be hard to say goodbye to everyone, but we can just hang around here forever, right? In fact, we should probably get going right away before we change our minds. It'll probably be easier if we slip out while the party's in full swing. Okay, yeah, time to return to our own world. I don't know why they do, but yeah. I see. Now, I know it wasn't easy, but I think you made the right choice. There's one thing you need to do before you go, though. You have to leave your dragon daggers behind. Yeah, okay, I guess they are too important to take with us.
So,
Remember those pedestals we saw on La Isla Dorada? I think you should put them back there. I'd rather we didn't have to say goodbye like this, but there we have it. We'd better get going.
Just a moment.
Just a moment, wait. You're leaving us, aren't you? The truth is, we all realized long ago that you weren't from our world. So we knew this day would come eventually.
We'll keep things ship-shape.
Well, we're terribly sad to see you go, but rest assured that we will keep everything ship-shape here in your absence. You worked so hard to build Reef the Leaf, but it's time for us to take over.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mr. Houston.
Great.
Okay, sis. It's time to put the daggers back where they belong.
I guess.
Yes, insert it. This feels kind of weird, but I guess it had to be done. Okay, let's go find Purcell and Porcus. They'll be with the baby dragon, I guess. Yes, they are. Yeah, I keep moving. Time to say goodbye. And solve the final riddle of the game.
Hey! We put the daggers back into the pedestals.
So tell us, how do we get back to our world?
On a ship, of course.
Whoa, it's a boat.
And it's floating.
So this will take us home.
What's up with you guys? Why aren't you saying anything? Oh.
It's us, Eric. We can't understand them.
Yeah, with all the daggers.
Ursula?
I guess this is goodbye. Take care, Porcus. Huh? Look! They came to see us off! Bye! Thanks for everything! Eric, come on, say goodbye.
Hey!
It's a rainy day.
Meeting all of you has been the greatest treasure of all!
I like the grins. Yeah, good game. Has a lot of flaws still. Could need more polish. But I would want a sequel. Also maybe do the as a treasure series, maybe also something like Final Fantasy Treasures would be cool. Let the credits roll. So while the credits roll, we could plan on going to it. And hope they are still streaming when the credits are done. Right? I mean, if they aren't, well, then that wouldn't have been a good choice. Okay. Okay. Oh, 4 hours. Well, okay. Okay. The Cam was always going for 340. Playing Temtem again, I guess. Let me see on my end. Maybe I have someone else. all those memories from pre-rendered cutscenes. Well, not necessarily pre-rendered cutscenes, but like all the times where I didn't have to choose one character. Funny how this works. Okay. I would say we go with Camo. He has the lowest viewer count. Good. Playing the Temtems. There's something else after these credits, so we have to go for them. Except that we can actually skip them, they won't let us. Okay. So yeah. Okay, let's try this. Technically, I could do my outro mostly already while the credits roll, so while those do, check out all the links in the chat to my Twitter, Instagram, and Discord. Keep you updated there, post stuff like you do, as well as to my merch store. Get like something like a comfy hoodie back there. It's actually really soft. What do I have? The Humble Store affiliate link. If you want to get a game, look over there. Maybe they'll find something for you. And finally, my YouTube. Gonna upload a new video right after this is over. So stay tuned for that. It will be... What is today? Oh yeah. What Pokemon would Ash probably catch if he was still the protagonist in the Paldean anime? So... I'm not gonna say bye yet. Hoshino Dragon Quest. I played that a bit. And then they decided my phone isn't good enough anymore and wouldn't let me play it. And then I thought, well then, too bad for you. You lost me. Looks like we're done. Looks like we're done. Looks like I have to use 2 fingers. I won't use, so that's true. Someone actually named Taichi. Thought that was just a Digimon name. I knew it could work as a Japanese name, but I thought it was like one of those. Yeah, nobody really is named that. So come on, you had so much time to load. Back on the ship with a new picture.
You're late.
Sorry, got held up.
Well, we're here now. That's the main thing. Huh?
Reminds you of that night, doesn't it?
Don't worry. The gang will be doing great.
Yeah, you're right.
Well then, let's go.
Wait, is that?
That. is a sign for a post-game. We don't want to delve into the post-game though. Once is enough.
Huh?
Okay, and with that, we are ready to raid over. So, I hope to see you in one of those links as well, or next time when I stream tomorrow, Monster Rancher. Until then, bye-bye. And this time, I actually updated my ad screen. Yay!
I can't see it on screen.
Yeah, it doesn't register my clicking. I mean, do the raid anyway, but weird.